You actually made a shiver go down my spine, Mark.
It's not Disney, is it?
I love the way you say this so casually as well.
Well, I don't want to upset them.
So, are you a believer?
Of course.
Okay, great.
I've not seen one, but I believe in it.
Hello and welcome to another special episode of Royal Walks, the very special Palace Confidential spin-off with Rebecca English. I'm Jo Elvin. You loved it so much last time. Thank you so much for watching and all your wonderful comments that we decided to do it again, didn't we?
Because we really enjoyed it last time
We really
as well.
did, and I'm excited about today. Where are you taking me?
Well, coming up to Halloween, I thought let's do something a little bit different. Let's
Okay.
go for something a little bit spooky. So I'm going to take you just over there to the Tower of London.
I've got
which
chills
is
already.
Full of mystery, murder and intrigue. What could be more perfect?
Everybody's favourite things.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Let's
go.
So our walk starts on Tower Bridge. Now, everyone seems to think this is London Bridge. This is not London Bridge. London Bridge is far more disappointing when you see it in the flesh.
I do remember making that very mistake when I was very new and fresh off the boat.
Yeah. Well, this is Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Now, Tower Bridge is fascinating. It was opened in 1894 by Prince Edward, Prince of Wales, the future King Edward VII, with his wife, Princess Alexandra, on behalf of his mother, Queen Victoria.
Get you with your facts.
I know.
You never disappoint.
I love facts. I love facts. I'm really just the pub bore, basically.
No. You're the Royal Walk genius. That's why we're here.
So the reason why they built this bridge is they wanted a bridge that was quite downriver or on the River Thames, but one that wouldn't interfere with the shipping, which is the reason why it was built as what's known as a bascule bridge, which is French for seesaw.
Okay.
And you can see that when it goes up.
That's the thing. Well, I hope it doesn't do that right now because we're on it.
Exactly. So it was a marvel of modern engineering at the time, the biggest and the most, so wonderful of its kind.
It's pretty spectacular.
Oh,
still,
it's amazing. I mean, it's an iconic London landmark and one that you can go in and really get to grips with. You can see the engine rooms, you can look out, they have functions up there, they've got a glass bridge that you can have a look at. And it's just, it's an icon. And interestingly, when this bridge was built, the entire bridge was chocolate brown. But in 1977, to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's Silver Jubilee, they painted it red, white and blue, which is the colours that you see today.
I'm not being funny, I think the brown would have been more tasteful, and I believe at the time...
You're never happy, are you?
But I believe that was Queen Victoria's favourite colour.
Oh really? Was it?
Rumoured to be, and
You've
that's why...
out-facted me,
and
Jo.
that's why it was painted chocolate.
You've out-facted me. So, do you want to know my last fact about Tower Bridge?
Of course I want to know.
Although it was repainted in 1977 for the Queen, she never actually visited it for more than 30 years later. She didn't visit until 2010.
Look, I don't want to besmirch our late Queen, but that seems a bit rude.
Well, I don't know, maybe she had other things to do in those 30 years than visit the inside of Tower Bridge.
Okay, but by the time she got to see it, it wouldn't have been looking as fresh as when they did it all nice for her Jubilee.
Oh, you're so picky.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, where are we going now?
So, I'm going to take you properly into the heart of medieval London, and this properly sends chills down my spine. I mean, look at the cobbled floor, look at the big studded gate. So, getting us into the mood of all things spooky, have I ever told you about the time I came here and scared the hell out of myself?
Okay.
So, bear with me. I was in here in the middle of the winter, after night, having a look at the crown jewels, not stealing them, just looking.
Sure.
I needed, and I'm trying to think how I put this delicately, I needed to use the toilet, the loo. So I asked one of the yeoman warders where I should go, and he said, I won't escort you, it's there, out the back. It was pitch black. Couldn't find the lights.
I wouldn't fancy that in this old place.
I was terrified. I was feeling my way around all these walls. Went and did what I needed to do. Still pitch dark. Went to wash my hands, and then suddenly there was this ghostly hissing noise behind me, really loud. I must have leapt about 3 foot in the air, and then the lights came on. And then I realised I was in the men's urinals and I set off the self-cleaning system. So
The ghost of the urinal.
to be fair, I think any male ghost, would have had more of a shock at me being in their toilets than the other way around.
Maybe it was King Henry
But
VIII having a cheeky pee. Right, Rebecca, where are we?
As it says on the tin, Traitor's Gate. Now, this was originally built as an entrance to the tower in the medieval period for King Edward I, but it increasingly became used as an entrance for enemies of the state, i.e. people accused of treason,
You're right.
hence Traitor's Gate.
I don't know everything about Tudor history, but I do get the sense that it didn't take much to upset King Henry VIII enough to end up being...
Oh, I mean, we've had
Yeah.
all sorts go through here.
Yeah.
You've had people like Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard, Sir Thomas More, Lady Jane Grey. Many people have gone in here. A few had come out alive, but not many, I have to say.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you a really interesting one. One of the people who went through this gate really surprised me. That was Princess Elizabeth, who then became Queen Elizabeth I.
Right.
She was briefly imprisoned here by her sister, Queen Mary Tudor, also known as Bloody Mary, the amount of Protestants she killed during her brief reign on the throne. And can you imagine how terrifying that must have been for her, knowing that her own mother, Queen Anne Boleyn, went through there
Exactly.
and had her head
And how
chopped
old
off.
was she?
Oh, she was
roughly?
pretty young, I think
Yeah.
late teens, early 20s.
And isn't it incredible, those dramas, when you think about, you know, what we call drama between Harry and William today? There was all that going
It's
on.
quite tame by comparison.
A little bit more
yeah.
bloody, yeah.
Quite tame by comparison. Actually,
Yeah.
Anne Boleyn, interestingly, she opted not to have her head chopped off by an axe, but by a sword, because of her living in France for a long time, and it was considered a more elegant death, and apparently she went to it very bravely. I'm not sure I would have been so brave, I have to say. And she had to find a special executioner, one that was used to wielding a sword rather than
I was
an
going to
axe.
say, because I'm sorry, but that feels like a bit more, doesn't it?
You are the perfect person to take in here for ghost stories. You're going to be relishing this.
I am excited. Are you going to take me through?
Come on then, let's go.
You lead, I will follow.
That's a first.
Yeah, make the most of it.
So welcome to the Tower of London. This is 1,000 years of history, of mystery, of intrigue and of murder.
Sorry, do you work here as a tour guide?
I love this. I am so excited.
It's so incredible.
So it was built by William the Conqueror, the Norman invader in the 11th century. And isn't it incredible that it's still here, every brick of it, with the City of London rising up around it? And what we see is what was originally here in medieval times. It's been everything from a royal palace to a fortress, and also home to some of the most infamous royal and political prisoners over the centuries. There is more history in every nook and cranny of this place.
And quite bloody history.
Really bloody history. Hello, Jo. Can I introduce you to Yeoman Sergeant Mark Anderson?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, nice to meet you again.
Nice to
And
meet you.
there is nothing this man doesn't know about ghostly goings-on and spooky stories.
Pressure much, Mark?
Not too much. So just give you an idea of where we're standing. This is the wine cellar of the Great Hall. The Great Hall was knocked down in 1597.
It's your natural habitat.
So that's the Wakefield Tower, and I'm going to take you to the oratory where Henry VI was allegedly bludgeoned to death.
Look at you, her eyes just light up at the
Follow
thought of
me.
bludgeonings. Yeah.
So Wakefield Tower, 1220 to 1238. Is that how long it took to build, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They supposedly put, after the Battle of Wakefield, which is not what it's named after, they stuffed a load of prisoners of war in there, about 130 of them.
Oh, wow.
And they just locked the door and walked off. And didn't go back for 2 years. So they died pretty quickly.
Wow.
But they were all stuck together, and that was the council chamber up there.
You're joking.
So after about 2 years, they came down because they couldn't bear the smell anymore.
Oh,
My
Might be
God,
also where
there's
you get
just
lilies up there.
every twist and turn, isn't it?
Here we go.
It's amazingly atmospheric to be here on our own without any members of the public.
we've even just seen some bats flying
We
around.
have just seen some bats.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't have even set that up better. And it's just the sense of atmosphere in this place. It's incredible. Oh my God, look at those candles. Okay, this is genuinely really quite spooky.
Right, you go first. You be my canary in the cage.
Oh, wow.
This was the King's Council Chamber where he held all his main important meetings, but it's also at the prison where Henry VI, after he was captured at the Battle of Barnet, he was brought here and held here. And they say he was in here at his prayers on May the 21st, 1471, when he was bludgeoned to death or possibly stabbed to death. And we still see his ghost at 11 o'clock at night on the 21st of May, on the anniversary of his death. He was a great academic and a very pious man, but he was also neurologically diverse because he was going to catatonic comas whenever he heard bad news. And he had a pretty dreadful wife called Margaret of Anjou, who had a very nice friend called the Duke of Somerset. And so there's lots of machinations going on in the War of the Roses, and quite a lot of it was down to her.
Sounds like he didn't have a very happy life, did he?
No, he didn't have a very happy life.
And who wanted him dead? Who would have him bludgeoned to death?
Well, we're going with Richard, the Duke of Gloucester, who goes on to become...
There's always a Richard in the heart of mischief somewhere, is there not?
So this is where Edward I once stood with all his barons and knights and said, "We're going to build another wall. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Big, beautiful wall. And the Scots are going to pay for it."
That's a brilliant... And he knows impressions as well as
He
facts.
does impressions. So, of course, that's called Salvin's Bridge. And there were 13 bridges going from the outer ward into the inner ward, because we had so much gold and silver here at the time that they wanted to protect it a lot better around the West End. So all around the outside of the tower was buildings that housed the factory that made all the coins. It was people's jobs just sit there and bang away with hammers all day knocking coins out. And we had a little girl here called Ruby not so long ago, and she lived in the outer ward, and she went home to Wigan to visit her grandfather and was getting tucked in, and she said, "Oh, Grandpa, I love living here and sleeping here." "Why is that, Ruby?" she said. She said, "Because people keep coming into my bedroom back in London and banging away with hammers." She's 5 years old.
Well, they say that the kids do see...
They say that they're most perceptive, don't they,
yeah.
as well? Because they're quite open to these things. They don't shut off. So,
and not frightened of it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
We had another story coming down there. It was a friend of ours who used to foster children, and one of them was only 3, got here, had been here a day, so didn't have any knowledge whatsoever of the tower. Was walking down there and said, "Can I go and play with those 2 boys in the window?" And there was no boys there.
You actually made a shiver go down my spine, Mark.
It's not Disney, is it?
I love the way you say this so casually as well.
Well, I don't want to upset them.
So are you a believer?
Of course.
Okay, great.
I've not seen one, but I believe in it.
Yeah, that's where I am. I like the idea. Yeah.
You see, there's another one, that Beecham Tower over there.
Yeah.
There was a lady came up to me and asked me, and I know about a story about that there's a woman came in February, a lot before I got here, and there was a guy called Crawford Butler who worked here, and they had a post for young warders in there because there's so many scratches on the walls where all the prisoners were held that they needed a book to refer to because it's too much information. And a woman came in, she was going, "Ooh," and she was a medium. And he said, "Can I help you, madam?" And she said, No, I'm just looking for some ghosts." And he said, "Well, I don't think there are going to be any here." He goes, "Yes, there's one over there." And she pointed to a screen which Crawford had never really looked at. So they pulled the screen away, and behind the screen is an archway with a gate. So they got the keys and they opened the gate. She went in first, put her hand around the back of the arrow slit like that. She went, "He's here, he's on his knees, and he's saying, such suffering, his name is Thomas." And Crawford said, "Can I do anything?" And she said, "You can say, if you can go now, Thomas," and he'll go. And so that's what she did. And she got so wound up by all this that she pushed past Crawford and run out. And Crawford just looked to where her hand was, and Thomas was inscribed down the wall where her hand had been. Well, she couldn't have seen it.
She couldn't have seen it.
She couldn't have seen it. And actually, no one else has seen it either because it wasn't in the book. No one else has seen that. So yes, I do believe.
I want to come and work here.
You're a sucker for punishment, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, I love it. Yeah.
You can sense the atmosphere here, can't you?
You really can, especially as it's getting dark, obviously.
Yes,
but look
exactly,
how it looks beautiful, but very haunting. Salt Tower.
Yeah, so I thought I'd stop you here and show you. This is what we regard as one of the most haunted of all our towers. It's called the Salt Tower. It's very old, 1240. But as long as I've known, dogs can't go in there. They just won't go in.
Are you joking? Whoa.
So Mark, where are we now?
Well, we're on the east side of the White Tower, and we're just going past the poppy display here, which is here until November the 11th.
Stunning.
Magnificent.
And well, they're all the poppies that were left over and donated to the Imperial War Museum after we did that fantastic display in the
it's
moat.
amazing.
Yeah.
And there's 30,000 of them here now. They're going to be taken down after Armistice Day, but it was there really to commemorate VE Day and VJ Day. So this would be during the daytime. This is the main event. You know, if you come to the Tower of London, and you don't see the crown jewels, then you're missing out, because it's absolutely fabulous. 11.5 tons of gold, 30-odd thousand diamonds, and the largest, most pure diamond ever cut in the world.
And the tiniest crown I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
remember
tiny,
who it
Queen
belonged to.
Victoria.
Queen Victoria's coronet, yeah.
Because she gave her headaches. She was quite a small lady. But over the coronation period, when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned, she gained 2 stone in equipment and chattels, crowns and stuff like that.
I've been lucky actually to have a kind of after dark behind the scenes tour of it, and you cannot appreciate how incredible these are until you see them
100%.
close up.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning.
I believe you, Mark, were part of the recent coronation.
Yes, all the young warders were involved in some way or another in it. They had people back here who were doing the gun salute for it. I was actually on the procession, so I was about 4 or 5 horses in front of the royal carriage, and it rained and we all got pink because all our uniforms shed their pink, and we got back here. But we had other guys, with 7 other guys who were inside the Westminster Abbey guarding the crown jewels while they were there.
How did it feel?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was a horrible day, but it was a great feeling to be part of that. And then to look up the Mall, and everyone was in step because we're military and British. And you could just see, it was just fantastic. It was very emotional. And then when we did the 3 cheers, I've never heard a noise like that.
Oh.
That was incredible.
To be part of history in that way is something, isn't it?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Well, considering we hadn't had a coronation for 70 years, how special to be part of that.
Absolutely.
You're baked into the blood of this place.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Do you think maybe you'll haunt it one day?
I am haunted.
And tell me, this is an area I think with another ghostly royal connection, isn't there?
Indeed. This is, someone has laid some flowers
Oh
in.
wow.
So this is the execution site. It might raise a few eyebrows to know that more people were executed inside the tower in the 20th century than all the other centuries put together.
No.
There you go, the eyebrow went up. So, and that's because we shot 14 spies, but
Right.
of course here we haven't commemorated them. Here we've commemorated them on the wall up there. But here are the ones that were executed in this area. So we have the first in this area would be Anne Boleyn, and then we have Catherine Howard, with Lady Jane Grey, Lady Rochford, who was Catherine Howard's lady-in-waiting, and Anne Boleyn's sister-in-law. A chap called Robert Devereux, who was a pretty rubbish rebellious chap. He was so enthusiastic about the rebellion he was going to have against Elizabeth that they all got drunk before the rebellion and missed it, and were arrested. So
That sounds like how I'd stage a rebellion, to be quite honest.
And so are there all these people buried here?
yes, they are. Yeah,
In various places across the tower?
in our chapel.
In that chapel?
In the chapel. Yeah.
So is Anne Boleyn in that chapel as well? Wow.
Anne Boleyn's in there.
Gosh.
Catherine Howard?
Catherine Howard.
Yeah. 2 wives of Henry VIII out the 6. How do you live and sleep at night in somewhere like this?
Oh, I sleep very well.
Do you?
Lovely to meet you, ladies.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you
lovely
so
to meet
much,
you,
Mark.
yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
And, we'll be back.
Can we come again?
Absolutely. Come again.
So, you feeling a little bit freaked out yet?
Tingly? Yeah.
We have one more trick up our sleeve tonight.
Okay.
So if you thought those stories were scary, I'm about to take you to meet someone who lives in what is said to be the most haunted residence
Yes!
in the Tower of London. Because what I think people don't realise, and you'll see it when you see around the place, people actually live here.
It's beautiful,
There's
isn't
their
it?
homes.
It is beautiful.
All the warders and their families. There was once, I was told, once upon a time, there was even a school here for the children. I don't think there is one now. But this is where they live and work. So can you imagine spending every night in here in one of these homes?
And
which is
and so is it that, you know, there's a bit of a ghosty thing about all of them, but this one's the one with all the activity, the most activity.
It is meant to be,
so.
It is meant to be the most haunted
exciting.
residence here.
Okay. I'm not the only one seeing that guy sitting over there, am I? It's not an apparition. That's
I
an
really
actual,
hope it's
that's
not an
actual
apparition.
person.
Hello,
You did
ladies.
look quite spooky there, sitting there from a distance.
Very ghostly, I hope.
You
Yeah,
did.
very ghostly.
Yeah.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Lovely to
Love
meet
to meet
you.
you, Rebecca. How are you?
Hello, and this is
Joe.
my
Hi,
very
nice to
good
meet
friend
you.
Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
And you're Barry,
I'm Barry.
or Baz, as I've
Or
been
Baz.
told.
Yeah. So nickname Baz. Yeah.
And you're one of the yeoman warders as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How did you come on to end up living here then?
So, I mean, it's one of the homes that's allocated to yeoman warders. So most of them are in the casemates in the outer wall.
Yeah.
But all available spaces with the numbers that we have here are used and converted into homes, regardless of the history and the past that's gone before.
Right.
And there's just something that just jumped out to me the first time I came here, when I knew there was an opportunity to live on Tower Green with the history here. Just for me and my family rang something completely different to living in a defensive wall,
Yeah.
you know. And the views I have from my kitchen just above me here, you know, I have a view of the execution site of 3 Queens of England.
I mean,
you know.
how many people in there
Very few people
can say that?
And there's
Yes,
quite a few
it's-
people that might be freaked out by that possibility, but you sound like you've embraced it.
Well, if you come to live and work in the Tower of London, the 900 plus year history here is all part of that package.
And how long have you lived in this residence?
2 weeks.
No. Okay. Right.
We've just moved in
And
with
so
the family.
when you moved in, were you told beforehand, oh, you know,
Yeah, I know the stories.
is
and I
it
know that.
something that you did? Would there have been other people who said, oh, actually, can I have another one? Can I have another
Oh,
one?
definitely.
Yeah.
There are definitely people, because of the stories, don't want to live here.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the yeoman warders, but certainly the families.
Yeah.
You start talking to children and wives sometimes about what potentially has gone on and what people have experienced in here, and they go, no, we'll stay in the casemates, please.
Whereas you were like, oh, yes, please.
I have sort of embraced that. I mean, I've never personally had any sort of ghostly feelings or sightings and things like that. You know, I used to do a huge amount of expeditions. You know, I've skied solo across Antarctica, things like that. And
So a ghost is like,
No, it's just, but it's where, like Shackleton famously told the story about having the fourth man principle, stuff like that, where you're so fatigued and tired, your mind start playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to the point of hallucination and seeing things, and it's sort of easy to explain that away through tiredness and fatigue. But I know many people that I've spoken to now have told me stories about this place in this area that have had those ghostly feelings, you know, when you're normal and you're fresh, and they're
Yes.
just like, and they're the sorts of characters that are full of integrity, that don't just make things up for the sake of it. They've definitely experienced things here, although
Yeah.
I haven't personally yet.
Right.
But we've only just moved in. But I've got a parrot upstairs
Okay.
and a German Shepherd dog, and I believe the animals will sense things quicker than us. So if the parrot starts going mad in the middle of the night, then we might be onto something. But there's at least 3 yeoman warders who've had quite very unusual experiences inside number 7. In that one of them had the bed completely lifted
I don't think I would enjoy that in the
while he was
slightest.
asleep.
Yeah.
Another one has been shaken. Another one has had their feet pulled. So that's three. That's 3 yeoman
physical,
warders.
very physical,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
3 yeoman warders that have had those experiences that are serving now
Yeah.
in that room. It hasn't put me and my family off. I find it quite intriguing and fascinating, all that sort of stuff. But
Do you believe it?
I don't think I do. It's like I'm one of those sort of scientific people that has to. I've got to feel it and see it myself.
Yeah.
To believe it, and to not be able to explain something would give me an element more belief.
Tell me something, Barry. Do you want to see something in there? Do you
Yes.
want to? Yeah.
I will be
yeah.
honest with you. Yes, my wife would jump down my throat if I said that. So she'd be like, no, but I don't think she does. Now, my wife's a bit of a practical joker, and she spent many years jumping out of cupboards on me and all those sorts of things. So I've now said to her, payback's double. She's like, you better not. You absolutely better not. So I'm not. She said, not here.
Wow.
But payback's double, isn't it? So
Would you promise to let me and Jo know?
Exactly
if
what I
something
was going to
happens?
say.
Yeah, because I'm
100%.
dying to know.
100%.
Thank
well,
you so much for
Good
talking
luck
to us.
in your new home.
It's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you
Lovely
so
to
much.
meet you both.
Yeah, have a lovely evening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Right.
Russ. Good luck with everything. Good luck
Thank
with the
you.
family here. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
What a spectacular, spooky, and really quite amazing evening.
I've got to say, I mean, I have been here before, but this really felt like a super privileged tour, didn't it? It's definitely, if you do come to London, it is 100% one of the must-sees.
So we're walking past the Bloody Tower, our last point on this royal walk.